Hi, I'm Ranjini Nambiar. This is another episode of Superwomen of the Travel Industry. Today we have with us Jyothi Varma, a consultant in the travel industry. I would like to speak with her on her journey in the last 27 years. Hi Jyothi, welcome to the show.
Hi Ranjini, thank you so much for having here. It's been a pleasure to be meeting you again on this kind of a forum.
Let's have a conversation on your journey in the industry for the last 27 years. I mean, something of your past and the current scenario. What it takes to be a superwoman.
So first of all, thank you so much for giving me this forum. So just to put it in a nutshell, did not plan this journey, it just happened. But then I found my passion here. So I said, okay, let me continue with my passion and see where it takes me. So the destiny took me to different places. So I started with my career in a nutshell from an airline perspective, and post that I was with Carlson Wagonlit, which is again, as you all know, is a multinational TMC. Sure. Then we have, after that I was with Travelport, Interglobe. So now I have so many, so I keep need to remember. So then with American Express, and from Amex, then I moved out of the country to Singapore, came back as a vice president for Remedios, and then I was with heading a women dedicated portal, and post that I was also with WW Stay, managing their long stays and service apartments. Then I said, enough is enough, let me do something which I want to do. And that's when I decided to be a consultant, and that's where we had the opportunity to meet and work together. So now I'm a consultant for ACTE, for Taiki Cybernetics, which is a OTA, and also I represent Travel Tags. Plus, I'm on advisory board of BRICS on the only thing. I handle the business alliance programs for them for the Russian markets and the UK. And also with GACS for the travel vertical, which is Global Association of Corporate Service. And on the service front, I'm the Lion President for Anukampa Group. So this is in a nutshell what I do.
In this largely male-dominated, industry, do you think, what's your experience in holding such a senior position?
So I started as a junior person and went, and maybe I was one of those lucky ones where my voice was heard and did. But yes, I do agree. Sometimes I also felt that it's a men's world, especially if I'm applying for a visa, where additional documents are asked for a woman.
Are you really serious?
Yes, I am serious. I had to give a no objection certificate from my husband to travel to certain countries. And my husband takes immense pride. No, it is not. I can show you the proofs with the emails coming to me saying we need a no objection certificate from your husband. And for somebody who is on the flight in a month, almost 15 days, this actually is a showstopper at times.
That's not a good news to hear. In fact, yes, I think, and something which is very interesting, as a woman entrepreneur. I mean, maybe you're not holding an entrepreneur position right now, but I know you might be aware funding is very important in the travel industry, as for a woman entrepreneur as well as a male entrepreneur. Do you think the male counterpart, the male entrepreneurs, has it easier than a woman entrepreneur?
Yes, it does. Any bank that you go to, if you're married, they always ask for signatures from your husband. Whereas if your husband is applying for it, I haven't signed for my husband, at least as a joint thing. But for me, they did say that it'll it adds strength to your file if you could get your husband's also.
Other than the banking, I am talking about angel funders companies.
So though they have been very successful women entrepreneurs who have made it to the thing, but I'm sure if you ask each one of them, the journey that they started is not as hunky-dory as it is shown. There were much more doors that you do, because general concept is, this is just a hobby, they may just give up in between. So today, that is what we are trying to prove, is that we are as serious as anyone. I'm not taking a gender, because any next person who is, that's why we are gone for funding, because there are certain risks with the funding. If we are taking that, we are serious with us.
On to that question, in fact, are women entrepreneurs cautious about scaling up their businesses?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Because,
do you feel so?
Yes, they are to a lot extent. Yes, they do have in them a lot of talent and an approach and other thing. But by general, the way we are brought up, it goes back to that. A boy is not told how he is supposed to sit, but a woman is very much told how she has to be sitting. And this is not where you carry. So yes, today millennials may say that no, but from where I come from, yes, we were taught, you cannot be sitting like this, you cannot be answering like this. So that brings us to a lot of conscious approach. Absolutely. Can I go and approach, or should I be a little more conscious by the day I take my business? Do I do first level and then see if it succeeds, then I take the second vertical, or I don't want to launch all the vertical together. So that's calculative risks that we take, and yes, cautious to a large extent.
I know. Probably your key learnings in the industry, I would say, I mean, since you've donned multiple hats, in fact, I've seen you from the Amadeus days to the Amex times and the short time which you have gone. But probably I know a lot more people know you for a very long time. But it's very interesting because your journey has been really interesting. In fact, you've done multiple hats, multiple industries, and I know as we were having a casual chat and you said travel, I think tour industry, the tour package industry is not what you have handled. The holiday industry, that's the only industry which you have not come to.
So just to recap, yes, it's been a big learning curve. So it's very different when you are a daughter, when you're a wife, but when you're a boss, that means the responsibility on your shoulder is not about delivering something, it is getting somebody else to deliver. And believe me, Ranjani, it's not easy. Because you may be a perfectionist, the person who has been given the assignment may not be of the same mind strain or caliber to be extent. So it's not about your growing, you are encouraging the other person to grow. So I can proudly say today that there were certain people who worked in my team are today the leaders in their own field.
That's I mean, in fact, I think that's what every person, when they look back, I think the acknowledgements, the accolades which come later to you, I think that makes it much more
That's
easy.
the biggest learning any senior manager
can get. And do you really believe in networking opportunities in the industry? So organizations which probably give you that opportunity.
So if somebody says, I don't enjoy networking is not about going out and meeting 4 or 5 people. How can you use whom you meet to enhance your personal growth, your career growth, and your knowledge growth? That's what I call a definition for networking. And coming on to organizations, yes, I am a part of Women in Aviation. I'm a part of that organization. I'm with SCAL, which is SKAL, as someone is known. ACTE is for a corporate, it's more education forum, but a lot of network activity happens on knowledge sharing there, related to travel again. Plus I'm on the BRICS committee, which is, as you all know, Brazil, Russia and things. So in the business alliance deals, so I work with certain people who are there on the deals and tie-ups, what we can do and how could we get cluster heads to get better projects and things like that. It's also helping 2 countries to get closer. So these are network, plus I get invited into women entrepreneurs, strategy management events to either be a panelist, talk, or even just share ideas. So it's been a wonderful journey, and I think it's added a lot. So today, as I am a consultant, these are things which has given me to stay young at heart at least.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, I think that's what we all would love to hear. I mean, sometimes these kind of insights into a person's perspective on your journeys, I think could help a lot of people who view this. They would get an insight into what it makes to be a superwoman in the travel industry. And thank you, Jyothi, for spending so much time with us.
The pleasure is all mine.
I'm so happy that you came in, found time.
Thank you.
And I know you found some time.
No, it's been a pleasure. It's nice to meet up with all of you. So thank you so much for having me here. And if there's any time, anything that I can add value, I'm more than happy to be there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, each one of you.